Hello and welcome. So, have you ever been there? You're staring at your screen, trying to edit some beautiful, high-res video, but your machine just can't keep up. You know that pain of laggy timelines and stuttering playback? Well, today, we're going to dive into a tool that's designed to fix that exact problem, making your whole editing workflow so much faster and way less frustrating.
It's a question a lot of us have to ask, right? You've got hours of amazing 4K, maybe even 8K footage, but the moment you try to just scrub through it to find your best takes, your super powerful laptop suddenly feels like it's from 1999. It is so frustrating. But what if? What if you could do all of that decision-making, all that reviewing, without that massive performance hit?
Well, that's exactly where a tool like MarkerFlow comes into the picture. So in this explainer, we're going to tackle the biggest questions people have about it. We'll get into what it is, exactly how it works, whether or not it's going to play nice with your current setup, who this thing is really for, and of course, what you'll need to get started.
All right, so let's kick things off with the most basic question of all. What in the world is MarkerFlow? Well, at its heart, it's a really lightweight solution that's built to solve a very, very heavy problem. Okay, so here's the key thing to get. MarkerFlow is a pre-editing tool. It's not here to replace your Premiere Pro or Final Cut. No way. Its entire job is to give you a super blazing fast way to look through all your footage, mark your favorite moments, and just get your thoughts organized before you even think about opening your main, resource-hungry editing software.
And the tool's power really comes from how focused it is. You're basically just doing four things. You're marking the in and out points of the clips you like, you're using simple color codes to tag and categorize them, you organize all those best shots, and then you export all that info for your main editor. That's it. Simple, fast, and incredibly efficient.
Okay, so we know what it is, but how does it get to be so fast? Well, the secret sauce is this really intense focus on doing everything with your keyboard. It's all about those smart shortcuts. The main marking process is just unbelievably simple. You find a moment you want to keep, you hit the left bracket key to mark the start, you hit the right bracket to mark the end, and then you tap a number key from 0 to 9 to give it a color. Boom. That's an entire clip selected and categorized in like a second, and you never even had to touch your mouse. And just getting to those moments is crazy fast too. Look at this. This table shows you how you can literally fly through your timeline. Want to go frame by frame? Just tap the arrow keys. Need to jump ahead a whole minute? Hold down Alt and hit the arrow. And once you've got your markers set, you can just instantly zap between them with page up and page down. This is how you review hours of footage in just minutes. Now this brings us to a really crucial question for any professional or even a serious hobbyist. That all sounds great, but is it actually going to fit into the way I already work? And the answer? Well, it all comes down to how MarkerFlow talks to your main editing software, your NLE. So MarkerFlow uses a standard file format called XML. You can think of it as a universal language for editing projects, and it gives you two really powerful options. The first one, exclude video between clips, gives you a nice, clean sequence of only your favorite shots, all lined up and ready to be assembled. The second one, include video between clips, exports the entire timeline with all your markers still in place, which is perfect if you want to see your selects in the context of the original footage. So a typical workflow might look something like this. You'd review all your raw footage inside MarkerFlow, marking and color coding everything you need. You'd save the project file, which is just a tiny little text file, by the way. Then you'd export that XML and hand it, along with the original media, over to your editor. Or you just open it yourself in Premiere, and bam, all your organized clips are right there waiting for you. Now that we see how it all works, another big question usually pops up. Who is this really for? And while it might seem like a niche tool at first, the use cases are actually surprisingly broad. For instance, think about an event videographer. They might come home from a wedding with, 8, maybe 10 hours of footage? Instead of trying to chug through all that in a heavy editor, they can just use MarkerFlow on a laptop to quickly tag all the key moments. Vows here, speeches there, first dance over here, and have the entire event logged and organized before the real edit even starts.
Or what about the action camera user? You know the deal. You might have hours and hours of GoPro footage just to find 30 seconds of that one amazing trick. MarkerFlow lets you just sift through those giant files, find the gold, and mark it, all without waiting for a timeline to render.
And this is also fantastic for anyone learning the craft. A film student can learn the professional workflow of logging and organizing footage, which is a critical skill in the industry, and they can do it on a basic student laptop. It really teaches that discipline of planning your edit without needing a crazy expensive high-end machine. Okay, so last big question.
Let's say you're interested. You can see how this could totally fit into your workflow. So what do you actually need to get started? The good news is, not a whole lot.
Remember, the whole point of this thing is to be lightweight. It'll run on Windows 10 or 11 with pretty modest hardware. Sure, a dedicated GPU definitely helps, but it's not a must-have. The only extra piece you might need is a free software called FFmpeg, and that's only if you want to export actual video clips right out of MarkerFlow, not just the project data.
So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. The entire philosophy behind MarkerFlow is to separate the decisions from the editing. You make all your creative choices about what shots to use in a fast, lightweight environment, and then you use your powerful editor for what it's best at, the actual cutting, the color grading, and all the finishing touches.
By splitting your workflow up like this, you end up saving a tremendous amount of time that you used to spend just waiting for your computer to catch up. And that really leaves us with one last, and I think pretty important question. With all that time you're about to get back, where are you going to reinvest it to make your creative work even better?